And that's just how we do. Hold your head up high, and I'm right here with you, 'cause we are winners tonight. And that's just how
I'm
we
back from my holiday to London, where I did the podcast show and became very cultured. Went to lots of museums, so that was very fun. But I am now unemployed, so I need to figure out how I can earn some money. I've got a little bit of a saving grace. Not that I'm going to be able to really stop working for that period, but I just know it's going to be a lot of research, a lot of gathering information, which is essentially research. I need a word for it, because it's going to be a bit of a blasé stage. Because, well, firstly, everyone knows what it's like after you go on holiday. You go on holiday and you actually need a day to recover from your holiday. So that is where I thought I had a really fat chin there, so I thought I would sit up. Everyone knows after a holiday you need an actual bit of recovery for holiday. So that is the phase that I'm in at the moment. And it's actually been really nice not having work, because I only need to think about a couple of things. I just need to think about that. And think about that. Supporting. And then I need to think about getting my content in swing. My first goal is going to be building a community. Don't know how I'm going to do that. I'm like, I'm quite confident when it comes to meeting people, but since I've stepped out of my bubble, it feels a little bit like more secure for me to just kind of stay in and do my own thing. A little house guest here. He's honestly the most cuddly. Molly. Hello. He's the most cuddly. He literally just comes and sits on me and puts all his plump. So it's been good that I've been able to just focus on this and help out and be more present. I'm a little bit scared, but actually I'm not, because I know I can do this. So this stage, I'm going to call it I don't know, I want to call it a blast stage, because that's kind of what it feels like. It's a bit blah, I've just come back. I know that I've got all these different things to do. It's different, actually. Normally I would be a lot more fearful, and I'm not actually too fearful. I mean, I know there's going to be a lot of unknown factors, and honest to God, I'm really scared about trying to make money. I've got a difficult relationship with money, and now I want to try and make loads of it. That's a new territory for me. I'm gonna do it. Don't really have a choice. And actually, you know what I realised? I am actually a little bit angry at the fact that there's people in the world who just have so much money, and it's so accessible to them to get this, that and the other and whatnot, and it just makes me feel a little bit angry. It makes me feel a bit angry. I didn't realise it made me feel angry, because I was just like, oh, I don't need it. And don't get me wrong, I don't feel like I need all this lavish this and that. Don't get me wrong, it would also be nice to experience it. However, I'm just after kind of creating a more comfortable and more freeing life for myself and my family. So, I'm also unemployed. So I need to figure out how to make money pretty snappy. I've got a few different things and ideas going on, but at the moment everything's a little bit like this. So I'm doing a brain dump, which is where I just basically write everything that I know I need to do. And I think it's easier for me to put what I need to do as a timeline of things that I need to do in phases. So I find it quite difficult to go from 0 to 60 very quickly to getting right into doing all these things. I want everything I'm doing to really be authentic. I want it to really be solidified in me as I'm doing it. I think my best bet is to do a lot of reflection. I mean, I'm not going to go over the board, because things still need to get done, and I still do have that sense of urgency a little bit there. I'm listening to it, but I just know that I have to do it how it's going to sit in best with me. And also I want to do it properly. I don't want to take any shortcuts. They just don't work, and there's just no point. So this little phase of writing it down, getting all the information out of my head, and then gradually I will start to build it up. I'm also going to document this journey, okay? Because filling this gap of how people are actually getting there from the beginning is, I don't think it's really out there that much, if I'm honest. And it needs to be, because it doesn't just happen like that. Social media really gives you the impression it does. I think that's probably why I found it quite difficult, the idea of making money, because it was like everyone was always like, oh, make this much money, you could do this, and I've done this and this, and I'm like, that's really great, but how the frig are any of you doing it? Like, how? And then you get the odd, like, kind of PDF come through, and it's like, oh, do this, 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 and this, but it's not like, where's the humanity in it? Like, this is difficult. Stepping off that carousel out of a 9-to-5 and into the big wide world is difficult. It's also very exciting and very empowering. But I've been used to there being a middleman, like, forever. And no more. That is gone. Now it's just me. And I am the person who is going to be having to get that money in. What? Damn. Well, so I'm going to also be diarying that journey. Yes, I will be doing this, and I will let you know the steps that I take, like real time. You're going to be seeing how I am doing this and what am I doing to get there. Yeah, here we go. Ta-ta for now. So it is almost 1 week of unemployment, and I have realised that actually I cannot afford to drink. It takes so many things from me at the moment that whilst I'm unemployed and trying to get an income, drinking just can't be part of my my life. I did sobriety for a little bit, and then probably for the past, I want to say 3 weeks or so, I have had a couple of drinks here and there, and I wouldn't say much binging, just more so like a glass here and a glass there. Occasionally maybe like 2 or 3. So the reason I say I can't afford it is because, well, A, I'm going to have to be budgeting extraneously at the moment. Also, the cost it has on my health. Not so much like long-term effects, I'm just talking about short-term effects. A couple of drinks these days will definitely make me feel a little bit more sluggish. It'll definitely start making me feel a little bit, I don't want to say sorry for myself, more so kind of like I may be sorry for myself, I don't know. It can sometimes make me feel a little bit sad, a little bit lonely. So I can't afford to be feeling these things at the moment. Obviously, if they come up naturally, then that's fine. I'm not going to suppress them. But when there's alcohol in my system, it does make it a little bit more intense. So I cannot afford to drink at the moment, which I'm okay for. You know what? I'd really like to get into a focus and into a flow in regarding what I'm doing. And I feel really good in knowing what it is that I'm doing, but what I need to do is really put it into a structured plan and have a bit of a timeline for when I want to try and achieve things and what I think I can achieve, because actually I think preparation is going to be the biggest thing to combat my anxiety and anticipation in the scenario. I do know it's going to be a lot of things to juggle. Now that I don't have a full-time job, I'm definitely going to be able to do so much more. I'm quite excited to be able to focus all my attention on this. There's a bit of anticipation. To combat the anticipation, I'm just going to prepare. I've realised recently that the only thing between me accomplishing my goals and stepping across that gap into this whole world that I can't even fathom, it's unfathomable. is knowledge. And there are so many people out there in the world who have accomplished these things. Like, it's not like I'm like reinventing the wheel here. These things have been done by other people. So all I need to do is try and figure out, well, how can I do what they are doing? Easy enough. So, yeah, that's where we're at. Ta-ta for now. I am end of week 1 of unemployment. It is, it is just pretty damn scary, if I'm honest. I don't know. It's exciting at the same time. It's kind of a weird one. I still don't feel like I've got anything tangible going on to like kind of grip onto to make me feel a little bit more secure about this whole situation. At the moment, I'm just kind of riding on a bunch of the theories, really. I know it has only just been 1 week, but you know what is weird? I feel like there's this fire that's burning in me, and it's like it feels a little bit invincible, you know, which is such a foreign idea and concept for me. I've not really, you know those birthday candles that you can give people and then they try to blow them out and they can't, and they keep blowing and they keep blowing and they just don't go out. Well, I kind of feel a little bit like one of those candles, but in the same breath I'm very aware that I'm made of wax. I feel excited. I feel so excited for this. I'm just gonna feel a little bit better when I can start getting some money in. I feel like I'll be able to take a bit of a deep breath, and all the outer layers of my being will kind of be a little bit more supple, because it's new, and let's face it, no one's good with new. The majority of people aren't good with new. So I think it's going to be a really nice change of pace to be able to, just do this. And I really love podcasting, I really do. I love all the aspects of it, like the production, I do even kind of like the editing, I do even kind of like the editing. One thing that I'm going to be focusing on a little bit more is my content and what I'm actually putting out there. I feel like I've had 2 phases of podcasting so far. Second phase being the ones that I'm just releasing now. Third phase, what I really want to do is be really clear ahead of the time what my content is going to be about. This phase 2, I have had an idea and I've done a little bit of research, but phase 3, I want to kind of be like, what do I want to talk about? Like, really, what do I want to talk about? And try and find like questions, I guess, go down a bit more of a journalistic route instead of a more casual, more of a journalistic approach. I feel like, what does that mean? Well, that means that I'm going to think about, like, what are my values? What do I care about? What do I want to talk about? When talking to these experts, what kind of things do I want to know from them in my style? So my style of questions, like how I see the world. I really would like it to be a lens through how I see things. That's going to be quite exciting, actually. That's going to be exciting. And then So when I think about it, I am really excited, but I still haven't done anything podcasting yet for a week. I've not done anything. My podcast is on a schedule on YouTube, so I think one of them has released, but actually I looked at it the other day and I don't even know. So I do need to check that. Another thing that I want to start thinking about, which I kind of started thinking about, but I want to touch on again, is sponsors. I'm going to need money. I'm going to. So I'm going to have to think about who I would want to sponsor this. Who I would want to be attached to the things that I'm saying, like whose overall brand and values and vision for that company is going to align with what I'm trying to do. So all of that kind of stuff is on the horizon. I've also thought about my content and how I need to spruce it up a little bit, and how I think what I need to do is kind of categorize a little bit more for when I'm scheduling everything. So my recent shorts and things, they've all been very samey. I want to pepper in a bit of like reality of like who am I sort of thing, and other different little things like that. So I'm gonna have different categories. But at the moment I'm talking about it a lot, but I haven't done anything. I've been thinking about it, but I'm not going to be hard on myself actually, because that thinking is quite important, because I really want this to be true to me. It has to be. And I'm not going to sacrifice my values in this. So I have to actually do a little bit of thinking. Obviously, it's important to balance everything out. So be there to support my mum after everything that she's gone through and really help her through recovery. And I've actually noticed it since being unemployed, that I actually have the capacity to do that a little bit more. So that was the main aim there, so that's wonderful. Be present in the house, like tidying, organising, etc. And my body, I want to be paying attention to it more and exercising and moving in a way that's going to be really going to hit home, you know. That's kind of where I'm at the moment. My things that I've realised I need to look at first, where everything's quite theoretical in this new phase, having my goals clear and also a timeline clear for my milestones. That's going to give me a little bit more of a, okay, this is what's happening, this is good. Trying to refine my audience. That is another thing which I've not really thought about too much, and I think it will really help. I think those two are my most important things. Those two, refining my audience and getting my milestones in place for the months that I am unemployed, and getting a plan together for that. Yeah, that's a wrap, and ta-ta for now.
So back to my routine, just for the fact that I need to get my head in the game. I always know it's a little bit more difficult to kind of step back into things after this. I tend to feel a bit sluggish. It's just, you feel it a little bit. I've come back to my Alex Hormozy technique about the writing what I'm doing in each 15-minute increment. And that again just gives me an overall visual of what it is I'm doing, what I need to achieve. I've got college and I've got the dentist, which I'm really kind of scared about. You see this tooth here? This is not going to be a hole anymore. That's going to be like a whole tooth there now. And they got a drill in my face. I'm a little bit scared. So, but actually, you know what? Thinking about it, it's going to be worth it. It's going to be beyond worth it. I know it's just an aesthetic thing, but actually it's going to be really nice and my smile is complete. Today I really want to focus on getting all these little videos that I'm doing. I want to start actually putting them out because this is just like little snippets into what I'm doing and whatnot, and I'd quite like that to be there. Maybe I'll do like it could be like a bi-weekly catch up in between the podcasting. Wouldn't be a bad shout, actually. So actually I think that's how I'm going to start this morning, and then I've got to take the pups out. She's just staring at the wall. And actually doing this makes me excited again. So thank you for that. Let you know how I'm feeling at the end of the day. Ta-ta for now.